My name is Xavier Mercado. I work at MT Jibs. We specialize in camera movement equipment. So everything from techno crane, jibs, dolly cams, steady cam, anything that really involves a camera in motion for both the live broadcast community or for filmmaking community. So we were asked to bring our dolly cam with our stabilized head to an award show to Univision's Premios Juventud. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to use a box camera like a Sony P1R or a Sony P50 for this head. But the issue that we were trying to get through is trying to integrate with the truck. We went ahead and began to buy a bunch of fiber components that would make use of our fiber slip rings in our G1 head, in our G1 stabilized head. That way we don't have any external cables. It all goes through one fiber. Everything from video signal to communication of the camera, control of the camera, as well as sending video like prompter signal or program signal to the camera. All of that we wanted to be able to integrate with the truck via one single strand of fiber. One of the greatest challenges to this whole project of throwing a bunch of fiber components and making it usable with our head was power. How are we going to power all these fiber components and not have a voltage issue, you know? And that's where Nemal came in, because they knew they were able to take our shot over G1, our stabilized head, and look at all of the specifications. Which ports or which areas, how can this power all of these components? And they went ahead and came up with a solution where they helped us really just power all of those via one of the ports, and it was something that we couldn't figure out, but they were able to figure it out, and they designed it according to that idea. Being in the camera movement world, you're constantly looking at more efficient ways to work with less cables, with less, tethered, not being tethered by your environment. And that's always been kind of like the major challenge for camera movement equipment. You have this really nice gimbal, for example, but you still need to get video. You still need to power it somehow. You still need to communicate or control it somehow. So how do we do it?
Michael Taylor, and I'm the owner of Michael C. Taylor Productions. Well, we're a camera movement company. Just about everything that we do involves making a camera move. We are in motion pictures after all, and a lot of the things that you have to do to make things move require different solutions. A lot of our clients ask us, oh, well, can you do this? Well, has it ever been done? Maybe it hasn't, and a lot of times it hasn't, or at least we don't know of. And so we have to come up and innovate and come up with some kind of solution for that particular shot, or to get that with this particular signal that has to come out of it that hasn't been done before. Sometimes they come to us and say, hey, what solution do you have for this particular set that we have? How can we get some motion going, or how can we get this particular shot? Directors are constantly looking for that kind of thing.
The fiber box that Nemal helped us assemble includes the ability to receive or pull signal from the camera and send it to the video truck, 4 different video signals. It also allows us to control the camera, the iris, the painting of it, the colors, and all of the ins and outs of the actual broadcast camera. And it also allows us to send video to the camera if you had a prompter above the camera, above the lens, or a program signal that you needed in the vicinity of the camera. All of those things we can do with this fiber box, and Nemal helped us assemble it, and not just assemble it, but build a special box for it, custom designed with air ventilation, with power ports, all perfectly designed in the most compact way for our system.
Yeah, this box isn't only for just one solution. It's kind of modular, and where we can change things up and use it for different needs.
If we didn't have this fiber box, if Nemal didn't, if we weren't able to accomplish this, the challenge that we would have had is that we would have had to run multiple cables to our shot over G1 head, to our camera. So we would have had to run 2 lines of video. We would have had to run an Ethernet cable. We would have had to run a couple more video lines for programmer or preview or prompter signal. Think about that. That's like 7 cables, 5 to 7 cables, plus power, to power some of these systems. So if you think of all of that going to the head, the issue that you have is that you don't maximize your stability. The shot over G1 thrives off of a wireless configuration where there are no wires on the outside of the head. You can find optimal balance if there are no tethers, no lines around it. And so we would have had so many balancing issues just trying to balance the camera with this huge snake of multiple wires. And so that's what the fiber box really helps us do, is really get the most out of the gear that we have by using the fiber slip rings that it has. That way we can all consolidate it into one fiber strand that actually is within the head rather than an external cable. So that's what Nemal really helped us do. It was really nice for them to actually set aside time to help us innovate. So I was really happy with my experience with them, not just with how open they were to helping us, but also just the knowledge. There was so much knowledge, being brought to the table. Questions like power solutions and fiber solutions and how we can pass video and how we can pass Cat5 signals and Ethernet signals and all that. They kind of had all the answers, from a technical standpoint. So it was nice to not just have people that are willing to help, but also the right people, the smart people.
I've been going to Nemal for pretty much my cable needs for many years, almost 20 years. They're the guys that I go to for the solutions. If I have a question about a cable, a question about connectors or anything like that, they've always been there to answer those things. Kind of had in a way, the perfect, how would you say it, the perfect storm. We had 3 big gigantic shows all at the same time, and fortunately we were able to get 3 boxes made within the time frame that we needed them made. And so we were able to supply for the People's Choice Awards, the Latin Grammys, and a launch for NASA at the same time.